We are just a couple of weeks away from the fireworks flying over the Sabine River in downtown Logansport. This 4th of July event has gotten so good and so big. I'm told that the DeSoto Parish town of 1,500 plays host to around 10,000 at last year's show. Its official name, the Rickey Warren Memorial Fireworks Show. Who's Rickey Warren? That's a good question. A question local firefighters will gladly answer if you give them a chance to tell you all about Rickey and the good stuff. Love of country. It's on full red, white, and blue display on nearly every city block of downtown Logansport. Then that love is celebrated every July 4th in the skies over the Sabine River.
It's come a long way. Whenever we first started doing it, it was just a bunch of us with just regular fireworks running around with cigarette lighters lighting them,
DeSoto Fire District Number 1 has certainly elevated their game a bit over the years.
When I was in high school, the older firemen would get together and pop fireworks on a barge in the middle of the river. And then it got so big, everybody would put money together, and now we're using electronics and firing it off with switches.
For Fire Chief Rusty Canton, their riverfront pyrotechnics carry much more than just the sky over Logansport and neighboring Joaquin, Texas. It carries years of memories. So you basically married him and the department?
Yes.
Is that what happens when you marry a firefighter?
Yep, pretty much.
Memories of Lona Warren's husband of 27 years, who served both sides of the state line.
He had joined the department down here when he was like 15, 16 years old. They used to run the ambulance and fire trucks. He was also on the Joaquin Fire Department.
Memories of a dad who was extremely proud of what he did.
I remember going out, he'd let me go to fires with him, and I have to sit in the truck, of course, but I get to watch all of them. I just always thought it was awesome.
Firefighter Jody Warren first started hanging out with his dad, Rickey, inside the old District 1 in downtown when he was just a kid.
My dad done it, my grandfather done it, his dad, and I really enjoy it. It's a good thing. I like helping people.
Through the years, Rickey's love of firefighting grew from just hanging out himself to assistant fire chief.
This one right here is Rickey.
Where are you at?
I'm right here.
For Chief Canton, about the same. Even during his 20-plus years on the Shreveport Fire Department, when he was off there, he was on here, volunteering inside Fire Station 1.
From the time me growing up, Rickey, always with the fire department, always brought a fire truck. Anytime there was somebody on the pump panel, it was Rickey.
Countless fires fought and lives saved together. And it was right here, together, where one life was nearly lost.
Me and Rickey were out back working on the jaws of life.
Practically born onto this earth to save lives.
He just looked out of sorts for a minute, and he sat back down, and then he couldn't speak, and that's when we knew he'd had a light stroke.
Rickey's 36-year-old heart started to give out right in front of his longtime friend.
It's definitely scary, definitely one of those things that you don't want to ever see happen, especially not somebody that you know and love that you see on a daily basis.
If you're going to have a stroke, few places beat having one at a fire station. Rickey would eventually return to Station 1, but not on the truck.
It was pretty hard because he couldn't go out, and then that's when he kind of took over the role of the dispatcher.
He smiled and grinned, and anytime we're on the radio, you'd hear Rickey and you knew it was his voice. And like I said, he could get you to any place you needed to go.
He was a voice of comfort and leadership during some of the toughest times for a firefighter. But his voice was silenced when his heart gave out for good one night in his sleep.
I had to make the call to 911 for him to dispatch the ambulance. And I knew as soon as I put that address out, I had half the fire department here in 15 minutes.
Rickey's death hit everyone hard, his family and his second family.
We grew up together, hunted together. Oh, he was, he was like a brother to me, really,
Kevin Lee and many of Rickey's other brothers in uniform stepped up to help out.
I just made sure, they were taken care of and kept eye on, checked on them quite regularly.
But they wanted to do more. That's when they decided to take their cigarette lighter fireworks show, turn it into the high-flying and explosive remembrance it is today, the Rickey Warren Memorial Fireworks Show. And last year, it drew 10,000 to Logansport's riverfront. Is there ever 10,000 people in Logansport at any given time?
No. No, it's not.
Lona's smile is back, especially knowing thousands celebrate her late husband's memory every year.
Actually, I come over one evening just to get her out of the house. So come on, let's go ride.
And because not only does time heal, and it has,
We went to school together. We were in the band together, and we were best friends.
And they never would date me in school, so I thought, what the heck, I'll try it again.
but so does understanding that nutty thing called timing.
The only one I was concerned about was at the time was Jody. And
I thought it was cool. You know, I've known Kevin my whole life. He's a real good guy. I love him to death.
Because who are we to question her second chance at love?
My love for her. Who can explain love?
Their newlywed love for each other, 1 year and counting.
I mean, you marry them for a reason. And hopefully it's for love and not just for money. You got that.
And their shared forever love for Ricky Warren.
So when those fireworks are going off, I can hear him laughing. You know, that's because he always liked to laugh and have a good time.
And DeSoto District 1 tells me they hear from Ricky every once in a while. Yeah, a bucket will fall off the ice machine, a door closes all on its own, you know, stuff like that. They say it's just Ricky letting them know he's A-OK. Next Monday night, we find the good stuff floating down the Mississippi. We talk with a Shreveporter who spends his days paddling down the Mississippi River in a kayak? All the way from Minnesota to the mouth of the Mississippi off the Louisiana coast. Sean Puffer is 2 weeks in, could take him close to 3 months maybe, making good time. Why in the world did he leave his job to do this? We'll tell you all about the good stuff from Shreveport and how Sean has overcome troubles in and out of the water next Monday night at 10 o'clock.
We've been through this exercise more than enough times now.